I got a problem in my hardcore world. I currently only have one iron ingot in this entire world, and that's a problem. So in today's spicy Minecraft hardcore video, we are going to be building up an insanely overpowered iron farm. I'm talking thousands of ingots an hour, and of course, we're going to make it look pretty fancy. And if you guys want to see how OP that thing gets, make sure you watch the video all the way through. And also, before we jump into this, most of you guys probably don't even realize that you're not subscribed right now, because for some reason, I only got like 25% of my subscribers watching my videos. And that's a problem, guys. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, join the PaulGG army, and let's get into building this iron farm. But first things first, for building up this iron farm, we're gonna have to decide as to where we're even gonna put it, and I don't know where. Truthfully, I don't want to put it too close to the base because, I mean, we already got a lot of entities with all the villager stuff that we've been doing near the base, and, you know, creepers and the giant creeper farm. Honestly, something about having it in the side of a mountain that sounds kind of cool to me, because the way I want to design this is that I want the inside to feel kind of like a forge, you know, like a big old dwarf cave forge type thing. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. I gotta show you guys what I mean. However, this is looking pretty snazzy. I'm not gonna lie. This might work right here. Just kind of build into the side of this mountain, which actually, if I'm gonna build it right here, first things first, I need to kind of level the land. So there we go. Now that we got everything all leveled out and everything, I figured I should mention that I'm probably not actually gonna build it here. I had the realization after building this all out that I can't really build this particular farm in a mountain, because I need the terrain to be very flat and not really have anything else. So instead, I'm going to build it right here. There we go. Now we got everything all flattened out in this nice big flat area. My flat brain. Anyways, and you know, after flattening this area out, I don't really like this area. No, I'm just kidding. No, I like this area. This is perfect. In fact, I actually like it so much that I think it'd be really cool to build like mega farm right here, mega farm right here, mega farm right here, and just like build them all in a line right here. So it's just like super farm alley. Anyways, next thing on the agenda for building up this epic iron farm is, for one, I need my villagers to start breeding, because this is going to require a lot of villagers. In our last video, I had my villagers breed a whole lot to be able to build up our amazing villager trading hall, filled up with tons and tons of villagers. So you can say they've been working pretty hard in the villager breeding farm, but the work don't stop. So eat up and get to work. And in the meantime, while those villagers are breeding up and creating more villagers, hold on, ironically, for this iron farm, I'm actually gonna need, oh my gosh, I'm gonna need some iron. And so let's get to mining up a ton of iron. We should be good to go on iron. All I gotta do is smelt all this stuff up. Now I should have plenty of iron to be able to make up all the hoppers that we're gonna need for this farm. And now we should be good to go to finally build up our beautiful iron farm. I don't know why I looked into the sky like that really does anything. First things first is that I'm gonna have to grab as many villagers as possible and send them on a rail cart all the way here. There we go. This should be a perfect spot to drop them all off, just to temporarily put them all in a hole. But now it's officially time that we start moving these villagers over, which who wants to be the first one, huh? Everyone looks so excited. Yay. God, please, G Fuel, get me through this. Speaking of G Fuel, by the way, actually my code is 30% off this weekend. So if you guys want to get some G Fuel, get it with code PaulGG for 30% off right now. I'm just saying, makes it taste better. All right, here we go. Hopefully it can just grab them through the trap door. Yep. All right, nice, and nice. Okay, now let's see if they get stuck anywhere. Why did it only grab kids, by the way? What the heck? I swear I don't steal children. Oh, this looks so fun. I'm missing out. I think I somehow timed all the redstone perfectly. Yeah, no, it seems like they just keep going. Oh, what? Now they're all in the hole. Okay, let me try to very carefully. There we go. Can you guys like grow up? I kind of need you to be adults, I'll be honest. But now all I need to do is start moving a bunch of these guys over to have as many over there as possible. So let's just keep sending them along. And now that we got a bunch of villagers on standby, prepped and ready for when this thing's all done, time to actually get to constructing it. We'll start off by placing down a couple of chests, just like so. Some hoppers going into them. NANI? That wasn't good. Oh man, that gave me anxiety. I fell in a hole trying to dig a hole, and then the hole backfired. And now I need to build all the way around these furnaces, just like a little drop chute type thing. There we go. Something kind of like that should work. Might end up changing it up a little bit when we get to decorating, but for now this will do. Next up, what I'm going to need to do is bridge out about 16 blocks so that I could create kind of like a funnel system. We're going to go about 8 blocks out on each side. Then what I was thinking about doing is, because I'm planning on having a bunch of villagers spawning in iron golems, but I think this is going to make it so that they're too close together to where if this group spawns an iron golem, it's going to prevent that group, but if that group spawns one, it'll prevent that group. But whereas how I want it to be is that every group can spawn an iron golem at the same time, so I think they need to be up to 16 blocks away from each other, which if that's the case, this is going to be gigantic. Way bigger than I expected, I'll be completely honest. And then now at the ends of each one of these, I need to create a big old platform where I'm going to put some beds, which I just realized I have like no wool. And now we should be good to go. I should be able to have plenty of beds. And now that we got all of our little containers all set up, I don't know why I called it containers. I mean, it's either way. Now I need to move a bunch of villagers. Why does it seem like there's less villagers? Oh, they're down in the hole. Okay. Now all I need to do though is get some villagers all the way up into each and every single one of these. And I'm also going to need some rails now that I think about it. And there we go. Now that should be good enough. Oh, that scared me. So we got at least 2 villagers in each one of these little cubicle pod things, which should be more than enough, which also means so like you guys could just stay here. But as I was saying, that should be more than enough, because now all I need to do is drop some potatoes and then they'll make babies, and then when they got babies, that makes life a lot easier, because I need up to 5 villagers in each one of these. Since there's 5 beds, it takes 5 villagers to tango a iron golem. And so now I could finish up with building the rest of this platform to be able to spawn our iron golems. And on top of each one of these villager cubicle things, I need to build up some walls, and I also just wait. And then I need to make sure that I add some little rails on the side here so that our iron golems aren't going to be getting stuck. And I'll put some more walls on top of these as well. And I need to make sure I add some gates at the end of each one of these so then I can be able to pour some water like so. And then the water doesn't escape. And I also can't forget to put some of these also over this hole. We got our first iron golem that spawned in. But also, what the heck is this? Why are these villagers getting through? And stop giving him a flower. You're on my last nerve. And I'll pour water right there. And then I'll pour some water right there. Water will then flow all the way to the end where these guys will get out of my way. Oh no, this won't work. They're gonna get stuck right here. I already know it. I could smell it. Can I place it? Oh, there we go. Well, that solved that problem. So then they'll get pushed right through there, and then I'll add a couple more, and then bada bing, bada boom. Sir, can you not be stuck? So it does appear that they can get stuck right here. However, now I can at least set up the rest of these waters and the rest of these gates. A quick update. I ended up removing all the walls on the side because it was becoming an issue. However, I already have another issue, and that's so annoying. I need to extend this wall even further because they're able to swim up onto the block, which means that they'll probably be able to do it further down too. Oh, you know what? No, I'm an idiot. I know what I need to do. I know what must be done. I need to make all this glass because they're spawning on these blocks. Yep. That'll do it. Regardless, as you can see, we already got a mosh pit of iron golems down there. Needless to say, this thing's already very effective, and I'm not finished. Next thing on the agenda is that, well, I kind of need to get rid of all these guys in here, and unfortunately I'm going to burn all the loot doing it because I need to work down in there. So I'm just going to let that burn. In the meantime, I'm going to grab some nether wood so that I can make a gate that'll be burn proof, because quite literally this is becoming a nightmare already. Literally why I need the nether wood, because it's burn proof, and when these burn, it's very frustrating. And now I have to mine all of this. At least now I can be able to easily just place down all of these, and I should be able to fly out easy peasy. And now I should be able to easily place down some more lava, preferably on top of the middle one, and I need to get out of here. There we go. So now lava will spread and none of that wood would burn, and now I just need to figure out how to get these guys to stop being stuck like this. They just get stuck right there on the edge because the water and the wall. I know what I need to do. More glass. Just replace all this. That'll probably do it, actually. Iron golems get cooked. We got a little viewing area. Bang, bam, boom. Straight down into these, and we got some iron. Alrighty, now that we got this thing fully functional and we got some iron golems spawning and everything, now it's time to kind of decorate it. By that I mean I want to build like a structure around it. I don't like the look of just having the farm out in the open. I do kind of got an idea of how I want to do this. So what I want to do for this thing is that I want to build up like a giant furnace to go around it. Now the furnace might be tall enough to where I could even add in another one of these boxes on top where I can actually have even more iron spawning in. However, back to the furnace though, for one, it would look hilarious. I just like the idea of building something giant and putting itself inside of it. So it's like, for example, you put iron in a furnace, and I put like a village thing inside of a giant villager. In my past world, I put a giant storage room and a giant chest. Something about putting an item in a giant version of itself is so funny to me. So let me take this furnace real quick. And also a big shout out to my boy Fru for inspiring me to do this, because in one of his videos, he actually did like a giant furnace thing for his like auto smelter, and I thought it looked amazing. Needless to say though, I'm gonna give this a shot and see if we can make this happen. I'm gonna level the land a little bit better again. Either way, let's get into the construction of this beautiful beast. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're finally finished with our furnace.
What?
This is our small furnace. However, this is our big furnace. Look at this absolute beauty of a furnace. We got some flames going on the inside, 99% wool. The front of it, I put a decent bit of effort into the front of it. I'm terrible at like doing this like mixed pixely look. However, on the sides, I got a little lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I did like stone and then cobble on top, because I mean, when you look at the furnace, it's like smooth on the bottom of the sides and then chunky on top. And same thing with the roof. But the rest of it is like kind of smooth. Regardless, I actually love the way this turned out. I'm not gonna lie. And then we walk in through our secret little doorway right here and into our iron farm that's literally cooking up right now. Oh yeah, look at it. There it goes. Even more iron getting pushed through, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we like to see. And then also I do got technically a lot of room in here to do some more design stuff, but something about the minimal look of the inside of the furnace that I also kind of like a lot. Regardless though, now we got our super OP automatic iron farm. I think it's even better if I just sit on top of the actual like furnace, because like while I sit up here, I'm like in the middle of all of them, so then they should all be going at the same time, at least I hope. All right, there we go. I'm an idiot and I totally forgot that I need to put slabs on this top level over all the wool and stuff like that, because that scared me, because yeah, no, mobs are definitely gonna spawn on these and ruin my life like they already did. That wasn't good. Regardless though, now like I said, we got plenty of room in here for activities. Like for example, I want to customize that. I want it to feel kind of like a forge on the inside. Not to mention, you know what, we got enough room on top. I'm gonna build another level. And finally, I'm done upgrading the farm to where now, look at this. Now we got guys on top, which they get stuck because they kind of spawn in glass. It's not the end of the world because then they normally get unstuck. And then sometimes they land on the side. That's okay because then they fall in anyways. And then sometimes a villager gets out, but that's okay. So many flaws, but it still works so well. Like it's actually so OP still. I'll give you a little push, bud, just to speed you along. For the most part though, it's okay. Like when there's a villager like this, normally the golem will kind of push push it through. Or for example, these guys will just breed anyways because they have plenty of potatoes in them. Like, it's okay. It's fine. Right, champ? You'll be okay. I'll see you in the afterlife. Goodbye. Now that we've got this thing mega OP because we had plenty of headspace to be able to do that. Now I want to do a little bit of decorating because yeah, it is a bit plain in here. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit plain. Like I said, I kind of want it to look like a little bit 4G, you know? I want it to have like some more lava going on and stuff. So here, you know what? Real quick, let's get to decorating. There we go. First thing that we've added is this basically piston just clock that's going to go off every so often just to kind of like break up some lava to make it look like it's pouring into this pathway. And so then the clock goes off and it cuts the lava in half, you know, just like it's processing it. Now on each one of these sides, I'm thinking about adding like some custom furnaces. We'll see. There we go. Now we got some cool like 4G type things with some handles that'll open up the doors, going alongside obviously the lava that's just kind of pouring in. Now what I want to do is add some other type of, I don't know, like workstation type thing somewhere right around here. So now what I want to do is kind of try to build out like I guess like a war room table type thing. I don't know, I got this vision, you know, and I'm just gonna run with it. There we have it. I'm starting to vibe with this a lot more. Now it's starting to feel more like it's like an iron factory when you come inside, if you will. It's like you got your little workstation area over here, you know, with like a bit of a simple kind of forge design. Got a furnace, some coal that you're examining because you're like, is this that quality good? Got a forge thing over here because, I don't know, aesthetic. Got obviously the farm with the pistons. You got a little trap door with another forge. You got a little round table. I mean, it's more of a rectangle, but regardless, it's a table. Just slap some items on top so it looks like you know what you're talking about when it comes to like forging some iron and stuff like that. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. However, now not only do we have a very functional iron farm, we also have a very aesthetically pleasing iron farm, creating all this like little good, I don't know, just adding in all this like little extra stuff just makes it look a little bit more visually appealing. I don't know, it's nicer to know that when I walk into here, it's not going to just be a giant blank room. And not to mention that this thing's already been pumping. I've been pulling a lot of iron out of this to begin with. I mean, especially for like the bars and stuff like that, but like I've been just pulling iron out of this thing like crazy and just using it on miscellaneous stuff, and it's still just pumping out so much iron. So I'm gonna go ahead and chalk this one up as a big old success. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for me, like the video if you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.